on a beautiful Sunday afternoon, taking on the Chicago Sky, a team that had beaten them by 2 when the Mystics played them earlier in the season. Now, a little bit of home court advantage creates a bit of little sweet revenge, as they say. Final score 77-69. Welcome to Mystics Postgame Live. Wes Hall here with Chasity Melvin. We'll be joined by Megan and Chrissy in a moment, along with the Mystics player that's going to be joining us as well. But Chas, I want your thoughts, not just about this game in whole. When we were here at halftime, the Mystics were up 4, and we said, we still haven't found that gear yet. Second half kicks in, and all of a sudden, that's Mystics basketball that we saw. What were your thoughts?
And that Mystics basketball was the stifling defense.
Yes.
Whether it was multiple efforts on the switches, out with the backcourt, front court. We even saw Lee Munn getting around on the post.
Yes, Lee Munn
she
doing
showed
work.
some defensive effort. And when they have that collectively, they forced Chicago Sky into 20-plus turnovers tonight, and then they got some transition baskets.
Including some of those being from Brittney Sykes, who pretty much was like, give me that. That belongs to me. Don't try that again. I love the stifling defense as far as scoring is concerned. Elena Deladon with 20 points, Brittney Sykes with 16 as well. And one of the things that we've noticed about this team, when they're clicking on all cylinders, it involves Elena Deladon.
It involves Elena Deladon. Whether you're getting her touches at the elbow or the touches on the block, it just bodes well for the Washington Mystics. But what I like in the second half, they pass the ball around and then they attack the lane. They got 2 feet in the paint. Whether it was getting downhill, dropping it off to Shakira Austin for an easy 2, or whether it was just driving in, getting a 15-footer, they attacked the paint. They kept Chicago Sky on their heels tonight.
And
this afternoon.
No, right, this afternoon.
In the second half.
Well, no. Another interesting point about that, you see Elena Deladon doing work off the block. Again, her line tonight, 20 points, 6 boards, 9 for 9 from the charity stripe. She wasn't the only Mystics player to be perfect from the charity stripe. It was her, Brittney Sykes. Oh yeah, Ariel Atkins knocked down 2. Shatori Walker-Kimbrough also knocked down 2. Taking advantage of what the defense gives you and turning it into points, whether it's on the court, behind the arc, or at the free throw line.
Whether they get their chemistry going on offense yet, the Mystics can get to the free throw line, and that saves them while they struggle offensively and the fast break points tonight. But Brittney Sykes, I went from smooth criminal with her steals to almost being perfect. She missed one shot. I'm going to have to start calling her the smooth operator.
I'm just saying, like, hey, Slim, you earned a new nickname today. But as a matter of fact, we're having fun talking about this. I want to get Megan McPeak and Christy Winter-Scott involved with this as well. Because, first of all, ladies, great call on a happy Father's Day. But more importantly, getting this win, knowing that they're going to see this same team on Thursday back in Chicago where they lost earlier this season. Megan McPeak, your thoughts about what you saw, especially in the second half of this matchup against Chicago?
Well, when you think of what happened in that second quarter, you think of that letdown where they allowed that double-digit lead to get to just 4 going into the locker room, and then Ashley McGee telling Ariana at halftime, like, we've got to sew up our defense. And we saw a much better job collectively in the second half, not having that same letdown, especially when you think Chicago made a couple of runs in the second half, but I thought they pulled in, they rallied together, they got their intensity back on the defensive end, and it fueled them offensively.
Well, it was their offensive continuity as well, you guys, because when you're looking at what they did statistically on the offensive end, 16 assists on 25 made shots. So they were finding one another. They had great spacing, and that has been a point of emphasis for this Washington Mystics team. And then on the defensive end, they turned Chicago over 21 times. They were able to score 26 points off of those. So when you can manufacture easy offensive opportunities from your defensive energy, that's when you can get over the hump. That's when you can withstand those ebbs and flows of the game when your shots aren't falling. Your energy and focus on the defensive end should never waver. Your attitudinal purpose should always be to get a stop. They locked in. They stayed with it. They were together, down in the mud, got on the glass as well, but they got second chance opportunities. That afforded them some easy opportunities in the painted area. That statistic was pretty tight as well. I think Chicago was +2 there, but Chicago actually out-rebounded Washington by 15, but they didn't maximize those possessions against the Mystics. The Mystics did a tremendous job in terms of staying together, especially on the offensive end. We're talking about their defense being #1 in the league. We get that. The defensive rating is up there. But on the offensive side, they are coming together with their rhythm and the way that they're playing together with poise and composure. I think it was something to be spoken about as well.
And really quickly, Wes, to Christy's point, 12 second chance points for the Mystics, 9 steals defensively in this ball game.
Big.
Yeah, that's huge. And just to that point, I'm just curious, former player, former coach, what was said based upon what we saw in the second half? What can you speculate as to what was said to get that extra gear switched on?
I think Coach E told them they can't defend us inside the paint. They can't guard our dribble drive attack, and obviously they couldn't defend Elena Delle Donne on the block. He just got on. He's like, stop settling for ill-advised shots. Make extra passes and then attack the paint. And I think that's what he told them in the second half.
I mean, the fruits that have been born by that philosophy, you see it on the court. Christy and Megan both said it, but now my question, I'm going to challenge both of you, Megan and Christy, starting with you, Megan. They're going to see this same team on Thursday. Was there a card that they didn't play today that they should play on Thursday? Or adversely, something that they didn't play today that they should play on Thursday? You see where I'm going, Megan.
I think when you look at Mabry, she struggled in this ballgame. Still was able to score, but I think at home, things feel a little bit different, and that's where she had a big 30-plus point game the other day in that loss to Indiana. But I liked the way that they made her take tough shots, but I'm scared of what she can do at home when she knows how they're going to defend her.
Well, she's the point of attack, right, for the offense, for Chicago, and Washington knows that. So Eric Thibault told us prior to this game, we need to be aware of her as soon as she crosses her 10 toes across the half-court line. And I thought Washington did a good job of disrupting her. They showed her different looks defensively. They didn't allow her in pick-and-roll actions to get downhill and get to the rack. I thought they did a tremendous job. So if I'm Eric Thibault, I'm saying, hey, let's just do the same thing, but dial it up even more because she's going to be at home where the rims have been very kind to Marina Mabry.
And let's also not forget, Kalia Copper, only 8 points in this game. She could be scary as well.
Absolutely. So rinse and repeat and turn up the heat. That's the philosophy heading into the Chi-Town. Megan and Chris, we appreciate you as always. Right now, I want to go courtside with Ariana Freeman, who's standing right now with Shakira Austin, who had 12 points in today's contest. Shakira, if you can hear me, my first question to you, simply put, what was said, if you don't mind sharing, what was said at halftime that activated that third quarter run where you guys were really able to get separation?
We just decided we weren't going to let them come in and punch first. We knew they were going to try to come in and be aggressive with us, and we felt that the second quarter, and we knew where that could head. So we knew we had to come out third quarter, first couple minutes punching first. So.
Shakira, if there was one thing that I could take away from this game, today felt fun, man. The game was fun. Yep. Everyone smiling, cheering, the bench is up and loud and active.
Yeah.
How was tonight for you?
We getting to where we need to go, but it's still a long journey. It's not all the way fun yet. I would say maybe 2 quarters, 2.5, but we're definitely getting to that fun, exciting, playful energy that we just have when we're dominating. So we're getting there.
Absolutely. So you guys are now up 2-0 against Chicago. Head to Chicago on Thursday for a game on the road. How do you prepare for the road game?
Knowing that they're going to throw everything at us, but also understanding what we've done the past 2 games to get the win against them and just continue to execute. We're just trying to finish that series undefeated. So.
And just lastly, today, Elena Delle Donne became the 30th player in WNBA history to record at least 4,000 points, 500 boards. You guys have been playing off the chain together.
Yeah.
How proud are you of her?
I love her, man. It's so amazing to see her coming out here and just dominating. She's great, and nobody can stop her. So I'm excited I get to witness it, and hopefully one day match that.
All right. Thank you, Shakira.
Thank you.
Back to you, Wes.
Thank you so much, Shakira and Ariana. We appreciate that. Chaz, one thing that I think we've agreed on and said almost to a point of utter redundancy is that Shakira Austin's maturation between her first and second year in this league is beyond commendable. But I love how there's some humility with it, too. She knows that there's room to improve. You're a former player, former coach. What does it mean when you see someone that understands I'm doing good, but I got some things I can work on?
I like that from Shakira Austin. I think just going overseas and getting her confidence there, winning a championship there, and then coming back, she understands that she's still playing with the vets. The vets aren't playing with her, so that keeps you humble, okay? You're still playing with EDD, so every game she knows she's got to get better. And I just like early on in the interview, she said they had to come out and set the tone, and like she mentioned, second half, they knew they had to come out and make them first punch. So I like that. I like her aggressiveness and her attitude. And her swag.
And the swag, because she got the swag drip all day long. Shout out to Shakira Austin. But right now, I've got head coach Eric Thibault at the post-game podium. Interested to hear what he has to say after this big win against Chicago.